Hello and welcome to the Chirbit training video and how to use Chirbit with Edmodo. Hopefully you've had a chance to watch the video on Edmodo so far. If not, you want to check that one out just to get to learn how to sign up for an Edmodo account as well. As you can see here, I'm on Chirbit, spelled Chirbit, and Chirbit is a website where you're allowed to record yourself and take those recordings and post them in other places. In this case, we'll be posting our audio recordings on Edmodo. Now on the main page, you're going to see some various devices that you can use, but you're going to want to make sure that you have some sort of a microphone input device. If you have a laptop or a netbook, you probably already have a built-in microphone. If you have a desktop computer, you're going to want to make sure you have like a headset microphone or a plug-in microphone, as you see in the picture that was just there. So if you don't have one of those, you're going to want to make sure that you do that. And then once you know you have audio, you'll be ready to go. The first thing on Chirbit that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sign up for the first time. So if you go into the sign up page here, you're of course going to want to create your username, your password, and your email. Now the email I don't think is necessary because anything that you create here isn't going to be sent to you via email. Well, they may, but it isn't necessary because anything you create is just going to be grabbed from this site and posted onto Edmodo. So if you have a dummy account, I would pop that in there, but I never had to do any kind of an email verification whenever I signed up the first time to make this work. And then as you scroll down, you'll see the weird squiggly letters you have to put in. And then if you want email updates, and then accept the terms and agreements. And then what it'll do is you'll then either be signed in or you can just sign in using the username and password that you have just created. So I'm going to go back to the main page and I'm going to sign in. And this is my home page. And what you see here is you see several options here of going back to the home page. You can have some sort of a profile that's not necessary. You can find people. None of this stuff is stuff I don't think you'll need at all. Your main function on this website here is to just record some audio. And what's going to happen is some audio may be asked for you to deposit, or you may be able to just record audio that is an answer to questions or different things like that. So that's going to be your main thing here. So you can see here I've created if I scroll down, I've created 3 different sound bites. And so as you create sound bites, you're going to get just different lines of sound bites that you've created. And it's going to give you the length, which is very important. You're going to want to know how long the sound bite is. And then you're also going to have options for each sound bite. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you even create a sound bite. So the first thing that you would do is you would go into record. Once you're in record, it's actually for some reason going to start timing your Chirbit or your soundbite. It's not recording, but it starts timing it, and I'll show you what I mean by that. It's also going to say, do you want to use your camera and microphone? And you're going to say yes, you want to allow that. The next thing you want to do is you want to give it a title, which you could say response to question set 25. And then tags are just if you're wanting it to be searchable, which doesn't matter to you. And then type is just a Chirbit. I'm not sure what the point of all these other things are. I think it's just to categorize them a little bit better. But you're just going to call it a Chirbit. You're not going to hit send, but what you're going to look at is this, which looks like a standard player. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to hit record. When you hit record here, it's going to say it's already been 51 seconds. That's because I've been spending time filling this out. But in reality, it's only been just a few seconds since I've started it. But you can see the green is showing that I'm recording at this time. And so you're going to be recording your response, and it's recording. And then you're going to hit stop when you're done, or pause if you need to cut a break in the action. Now, I believe the limit for answers and responses, as it says up here, is 5 minutes. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to stop. It says my recording time was 1:22. Not true. If you remember, it was running whenever I started first filling in this section. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to send, because that's going to send it to your account. So I'm going to click send. It's going to say uploading our voice, and of course the longer you're recording, the longer it's going to take. So I'm going to pause this, and so you're not waiting while this is up. Okay, file has been uploaded. So I'm going to get out of this, and I'll see in my Chirbit page that I had shown you before, it's going to be a line item. And there it is. Response to question set 25, which I put. 34 seconds long. Now remember, it said like a minute 40, and that fools you. This is the exact time. So if you have a time to set that you're going to have to do, it might help you to have some kind of a stopwatch next to you whenever you start your recordings. Now, in case you're interested, upload is for if you want to upload sound files you already have, and that's pretty straightforward in that it's going to have you choose your file, title it, of course, choose your file from your computer. Hopefully most of you are familiar with how to do that. It just looks on your computer, where is that MP3 file located. The other possibility here is video to Chirbit. What that is that's you find a YouTube video, you give it the URL or the web address for the YouTube video, and it turns that YouTube video into audio. Okay, and I'm not going to get into that because I don't think it's going to be necessary right now. And then text to Chirbit, which is you type in something and it's going to speak it out in that weird robot language that pronounces everything wrong. But it's something kind of fun to play with if you want to check that out too. And that's what that is. So I'm looking here, and here I have the ability now to listen to my Chirbit, and that's good to do in case you want to check it, make sure it worked okay. Here's the website link if you wanted to email that for somebody to listen to. The main button that you're going to be looking at is, well, we'll just go through this real quick. View QR code. That's that weird new square barcode looking thing that phones can capture and find information about. I guess you could do it if you wanted to. I don't really see a need, but maybe something to do for fun. This is to add comments and to transcribe. This is to delete it, of course, so that could be a handy one. This is to read transcriptions, so it tries to put it in type, I believe. This is if you want to edit, but you can't edit the audio. You would just edit your title or tags. This is Twitter stuff that you're not going to really need to worry about. This is the key, and this is going to be your most important button here, and this is what's called embed this Chirbit in another website. And what this does is when you click on it, it gives you code that you're going to then post on Edmodo. And that's where you're going to be able to turn in an assignment or answer a question, put it on the wall in Edmodo for the teacher and the class possibly to see. Okay, so let's say you've just created a response or audio that you want to post on Edmodo. You're going to do just as we did earlier, and it's going to be an item here. You're going to go into this button, hover over it, just remember, and then click it. And we're going to copy the entire bit of code here. So I'm going to select all of that. I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to go into my Edmodo account. And so let's say I have something in response to this. So I'm going to come into the post section here. I'm going to just click it, and it's going to have these options here, of course, and hopefully you learned from the video. This is if I want to upload a file. This is if I want to grab something. I have a file saved in my library. And then this is if I have a link, and in this case we have a link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And of course this is the embed code that we just grabbed from Chirbit. So I'm going to just click once, and you'll see that goes away. And then I'm just going to right click, paste it, or Control V if you use that shortcut. Then it's going to say title of web page. You're just going to say whatever, Chirbit response, or the assignment name. Or you could just say Chirbit because it is just called Chirbit. I'm going to attach that, and then of course you have to type in here what it is as well. So I'm going to say Chirbit response again. And then you've got to make sure you know who you're sending it to. In this case, let's say Mrs. McCormick's our teacher, or I'm not sure if Mrs. Gonzalez is okay. We could just use hers too, since her class is watching this today. So looks like I have everything there. I have my Chirbit response there. I'm going to click send, and what you should see is the response there. And what that is the teacher, when the teacher logs in, is not going to have to go track it. You're not going to have to email this. She doesn't have to go to Chirbit to find it. It's all going to be posted on this wall here in Edmodo. So she's going to click on that, and the play button is going to be down here for her, ready to go. When you hit record here, it's going to say it's already been 51 seconds. That's because I've been spending time filling this out. So that plays. So that's going to work for her. She's going to see that, and you're going to get an A for that response. All right. That's it for Chirbit today, and a little bit with putting Chirbit on Edmodo. If you have any questions, please email me at dharcrow@krista.net, DHARCROW @krista.net. God bless.